Thank you for looking. Here we have for sale one pair of Optimus 27 speakers made by Realistic. The reason why we're only selling one of the two pairs is the second pair needs new tweeters. The front pair are in perfect working order. They come in the boxes. I even have the boxes for the ones that need new tweeters, but I'm going to hold off to sell those until I find replacement tweeters. They look like they could have been new old stock. There's no corner dings, really no marks on them. Still have the oiled walnut veneer stickers in the front of them. I believe what happened was somebody bought 4 of them after they blew up the one pair of speakers. They put all 4 away and got bigger, better, more powerful speakers. These ones here are rated at 60 watts max, which is good for most surround sound systems today because they don't put out a lot of power to the main systems because they use powered subwoofers. I'm going to turn up my stereo a little bit. Let me grab my system remote so you can hear it. They sound good. They have the tweeters and the woofers working these. You see they have good clean sound. Not really strong bass, but that's what a subwoofer is for. They have good mid-range, good highs, some bass. But they actually use a woofer with a passive reflector. As you can see that they're in nice shape. This pair I thought was brand new because it still even has pieces of styrofoam and stuff on it from the packing material. They use Velcro to go up inside. I don't see any holes in any of the grills. When we look at the back of these, see where it says Optimus 27, cat number 40-2033, 60 watts max at 8 ohm. As you can see, no dings or anything in the corners. The other one looks the same. They were in the boxes with the packing material from the stock. The one box says good, the other box says bad. So I guess it meant bad tweeters for the one. I tried buying drivers for them already, and the ones that the person sent me had bad tweeters. So that didn't work out. So I will have some, I'll have passive reflectors and some woofers for sale for these eventually. But I want to make sure I get another pair of tweeters for the second pair, and they'll be listed next. As you can see, they have the same covers, same stickers on them. It looks like somebody bought them, hooked them up once, overpowered them, and blew out their tweeters right away. This is a pair you won't be sorry with. They sound great. They'd make great front speakers if you have a powered subwoofer. If you're not using a powered subwoofer, they could also make great rear surround sound speakers since they're like a wall-hugging design. If you look, you can see how thin the cabinets are. They're not that thick at all. They kind of taper down towards the bottom. They're thinner at the top, and they taper down to be wider at the bottom. Of course, I don't have the grill on right. It's slow. I need to lift it up a little higher before putting it on. There we go. See, the sides are in nice shape. They're not all scraped up. I believe they spent most of their lives in the boxes. All the surrounds on the woofers are all in great shape. They still look like brand new. I had the woofer removed from the one speaker so I could show you guys the crossover of one of the speakers that needs a new tweeter. So you can see the woofers have a big magnet. And it says woofer and it says 1623. I think that's a part number. Then we come over here and we have tweeters. and it says SD28. So I'm not sure if that's a part number or not. There's also another number on it. So like I said, as soon as I get replacement tweeters, I will have a second set of these. That may take a while, since you don't see these on eBay often. I just have to keep an eye for somebody who has a beat up set that they may be willing to part out. Since these all look like brand new, I don't believe they were really used long. I think somebody overpowered them, in which what they should have done was taken them back for Radio Shack's warranty. Back then they were offering a 5-year warranty, and evidently whoever had these didn't take them back for warranty. And I don't know why. They had to have been put back in the boxes right away, because if you look, they're not all covered with dust. There's no scrapes, no marks. The oiled walnut veneer looks like it could use a coat of oil from age, but if you look, there's like no dust or anything on them at all. A little bit of fuzzers from the styrofoam and stuff. Packing's on it in the front of them. But that comes right off. Well, let me flip songs. Let me go to the first disc. I think it's a little disco. Yeah, let me turn it up a little bit. Here it has good mid-range some bass. Clean bass, actually. It's not like the distorted bass. They would also make great classical music or jazz speakers. You know, with the pictures, these actually use a real crossover, and unlike the newer speakers that use all the fake crossovers. To buy speakers today of this type of quality, you'd be paying a small fortune. It'd be really hard to find a pair that would sound as good as this in this price range. I talked to somebody the other day. They said they spent $3,000 on a pair of speakers, and it doesn't sound as good as their original speakers that they bought back in the 80s. And they said their original speakers back in the 80s were like $1,500, so they figured now they figured about twice the value for now, so they figured to get something that'd be comparable, and that didn't even stand up to their original speakers. So I just sold a pair the other day. That's why the guy bought them from me, because he wanted another pair of what he originally had, since they sounded so much better than the Paragons. I think that's what he told me is what he had, that he spent over $3,000 for, and it didn't sound as good. Well, I'd like to thank you for looking. Oh, let me remove the other front cover so you can see that they're both just as nice. I will ship them in the original boxes. I will see if they'll fit maybe into one larger box. I believe that they may, but I'll have to check. If they will, I may be able to ship them for at one cost instead of being two different costs. I'll have to get my tape measure out and measure before I post them on eBay. I'd like to thank you for looking, and happy bidding.